Let me tell you, after this week, I need to go on a sugar detox, but not just yet, because more sugar is coming with my Hot Topics panel. We have City Improv in the house with Brandon Minaya and Christine Antonsen, along with New Day producer Susie. Welcome, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. We are starting with Valentine's Day because obviously that's coming up. Roses, the national average for a dozen roses this Valentine's Day is over $90. I don't know if you guys
insane.
Can believe
That's
that.
crazy.
So we were thinking, Susie, right?
Yeah.
Another delicious option.
So this is Susie Cakes, spelled
Perfect.
a little differently, S-U-S-I-E, but I discovered Susie Cakes and they ship all over the country, so I thought, I mean, who needs to pay that for roses when you can eat cake? And it can be any occasion. I thought, what a great thing is to ship somebody a cake.
Yes,
And
so
then eat
dig
it.
in, look
So
at the layers.
I'm
Is
gonna
this
have
like
some.
a
I'm gonna
red
try it.
velvet
This looks like a red velvet.
flavoring? Okay,
They
we
have all
got to
different
get in
kinds, I
there.
think.
This looks amazing.
It does look amazing. Would you guys want cake shipped to you, or are we kind of traditional? I really do like the roses, but I don't want someone to spend that much money on that.
I'm
That's
on cake all day long.
cake, okay.
Cake is going to beat roses for me all day long as well. So I'm with you.
Okay.
I think send anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, they do beef jerky in a red box too, but
So true.
I'm a cake girl, so this seems, any holiday, send me cake.
And I'm also seeing conversation hearts, which I love. I know that you are not a fan, right, Susie? I love these.
I can't wait till these go away. The whole red dye like they had, I thought, oh, does that mean they're going away? I think they're trash.
I love them.
They're not for eating. You like. You,
Oh, no, I eat them.
Oh.
The white ones taste like a mint, you guys. They're really good. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
The white ones?
Yeah, and then you
Okay.
can, like, it's so cute. It just takes me back to, like, I don't know, elementary school. Call me. I love, like, you look at the little, you know.
Wait, when you get it like taped to a little note, you feel amazing when you're like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Someone says you're cute and like, whoa, thank you.
I think I would still feel amazing with that right
With
now.
the
You can,
boxes?
just
Yeah.
slide it on down.
To me, they're like emojis before emojis were a thing.
Ooh,
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yes.
You want more? I can tell you're
I
like
gotta
leaning in.
It actually
Here you
tastes
go.
like something.
See, it hits.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
Brandon.
Yeah, I like it.
Woohoo. I am.
I'm ready. I think they're cute and they're good for decorating, but then it's like Peeps for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
peeps, I
You
think,
know,
are
they're not-
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm out.
Peeps
Yeah.
are good for teaching kids about exploding things in the microwave, you know?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. And if we could explode these, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are-
Something we would want to definitely like hold on to right now. Eggs, you guys. That's a Valentine's Day gift. I feel like that's also going to cost you. A dozen eggs is like gold nowadays. So look at here.
What? They're gold?
Oh my goodness. Thieves actually recently even stole eggs from Luna Park Cafe in West Seattle. I mean, I can't even hardly find them at some stores. How about you guys?
It feels like toilet paper in 2020.
Yes.
I went to Costco the other day, had to ask them when they're getting their next egg shipment. And by the way, that's the tip. You just got to ask your local Costco when the shipment comes. Like that's the.
Ooh, and then the lines are gonna start, and people are gonna box out for the eggs.
Yeah, well, no, they sell out by like 11. So you got to like make a whole thing out of it and go in the morning if you want the Costco eggs.
They're
See,
being
now you've
capped.
told everyone.
Yeah. Like you got to hit your one per person per visit or whatever. So yeah.
I know QFC has the same cap, where
Yeah.
you can only get the one. And then I know at Costco, they're hoarding them. They're coming. And so you're right. It's like toilet paper or gold.
Yeah.
It makes brunch all the more exclusive.
I used to be an egg snob too. I used to only do the pasture-raised eggs, and now they just can't find them anywhere.
So true. I know you can't be.
Yeah.
You got to take what you can get right now.
Yeah.
Even the fake eggs.
I know, but then you look at the yolks and they're a little too yellow. You're like, that's not a happy chicken.
You know what you could do for a happy chicken? You could rent your own chicken. I love this. I grew up with chickens actually, and you can make, have your own eggs. This is happening in Vancouver, and it's going to cost you between $575 to nearly $800. Who can afford that? I don't know.
I think it's kind of a genius. The rent the chicken programs all over the country, and our closest is Vancouver. And I guess you can rent between 2 and 4 hens with the coop. Like you just go and pick up the package.
Even the coop. That's good. Okay.
So it's all you just. Yeah, I think they'll even deliver it, and then you set it up, and then you have chickens. I mean, what is happening? Does that mean my neighbors are all in my condo are gonna have chickens? I mean,
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. Would you ever rent a chicken? times could be tough. We might have to.
chicken
I'm also in a
timeshare is not on my bingo
condo,
card.
so I don't think that would work. But I've had friends with chickens, and when you feed them scraps, they're so happy. They're just like they love it. They go wild.
So it's the joy thing.
Yeah. I mean, like I had like a rind of a cantaloupe, and the chicken saw me coming out to the pen, and it like really was really excited.
It was jazz. Okay.
Yeah.
See, and I would just the fresh eggs every morning to have that. I love eggs. I go through like spurts of it though.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a little weirded
I
out
eat
with
6 a
eggs.
day still.
6?
Yeah, it's expensive.
You should keep an eye on that. I think you might
Okay,
take
yeah.
this.
If these are missing,
Yeah.
if one goes in your pocket, we know what's
nice little glitter
happening.
egg. Yeah.
Follow the glitter trail.
Okay, you guys. Next up, another hot topic: Crocs.
Okay.
High school in Alabama is actually banning these. Not allowed anymore in school. What do we think? Any fans of Crocs at the table? I'm looking at that picture and I'm not a fan.
adults
I
in
know
Crocs?
there's like a heel one too. You can have
Yeah.
like Crocs with heels and they're supposed to be really comfortable. I just don't.
I'm not
Love
a
it.
fan personally, but I feel like I have a nephew who's 15, who's a high school athlete, and he's a huge fan of the Crocs for
Yeah.
like after workout, whatever. So I can get like if it works for you, like I don't want to
Right.
yuck anybody's yum. But for me personally, I'm all for comfort, but I'm not for these.
I
these
want to
Crocs.
yuck their yum. I would like to introduce a bill that says over 12, I mean maybe 13, you can't have Crocs anymore.
Okay.
I know it's not going to happen. But
Somebody that we want to maybe put on blast right now in our studio. Derek is sporting some Crocs with socks. It's a
Socks?
real look. I assume very comfortable for work. Working the camera, everything. He seems happy. Look at that smile. Derek. Again, I don't want to yuck your yum. That's
Sure.
great.
I do.
If someone walked in on this on a first date, would this be an immediate like?
I'm walking out.
Ick, you're
Yeah.
walking out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
You
when
were
you-
saying too, someone was playing like basketball. You're seeing this a lot,
Yeah,
right?
just kids I mean, look, if you can afford Crocs, you can afford slides. This is very much a choice. Like you don't, I don't get it. I don't see the point. I feel like there's a certain lack of self-respect in certain rooms. when you're wearing Crocs. But at the same time, I don't
love
believe
you.
in banning anything. So I don't want to ban
true.
it, but
That's true.
I don't want people to make these terrible choices
Yes.
with their fashion
It
either.
is a terrible choice. I mean, this toe
yeah, what are these
rounds.
called?
Gibbets.
These little gibbets. But this toe, it shortens the leg line. It makes you look stubby. I might have said that to a guy at Costco when he was buying them, but
Yes.
They can get stuck in escalators as well. Like,
Oh.
that's a
That was
hazard.
always one of my biggest fears growing up, you
Oh.
guys. Okay, before we leave too, I want to talk about you have a new show coming up, right? So tell me about this.
Yes, it's called Big Tech, and I'm one of the co-directors of it. It is it's a mockumentary about the entire corporate atmosphere of today. So whether you work in tech, know somebody who works in tech, use any tech product, this show's for you. It's really just a nice look into what it's like to be behind the scenes at one of these mega corporations that do a little too much.
It's an improvised comedic play that could have been an email.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So it's running in Fremont at West of London
Great.
Theater Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until March 1st. So and we have a code for everyone watching.
Yes.
New Day, just all one word. New Day is buy one get one ticket.
It's actually the code is BOGO, BOGO.
We got 2 codes.
Oh, we got New Day and BOGO.
Well, yeah.
All the
will
codes,
work.
you guys. We have 2 flavors, cookies and cream, which is what we have, right? And then you guys, Susie and Brandon, have cotton candy. Please, yes, try them. What are we thinking? And does this kind of remind you and take you back to your childhood, or is there anything else that feels nostalgic for y'all?
I mean, I have been waiting for Dippin' Dots to come home, like so we could buy them at the
Oh.
grocery store because I love them. So these are, I think, at Kroger. So that would be what, Fred Meyer and KFC.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that because it's not my childhood memory, but it's my children's. So then it's I love a dot.
Brandon, I can tell.
I love
Are you?
them.
You do?
Well, so yeah, I grew up in Arizona, and so
Okay.
I went to a lot of baseball games in the summer, and so something about rainbow ice when it's 110 degrees, you can't beat it. So even now, when I go to Mariners games in July, like that's my
Yeah.
number one thing
Aw.
is a Dippin' Dot.
I also think of Mariners games with Dippin' Dots.
Totally.
That's a clear association.
I know.
This is okay. It's It's fine.
This is a meh for me.
Yeah,
It's a little different. Yeah, I don't know about the ice cream on top. I like the
Yeah.
dots. But
Yeah.
That's the Sunday part of it, I guess. And I was reading that I guess the ice cream on top helps keep the dots as cold as they need to be, or something like that.
They're making you
I'm
work.
digging down. I know. I'm digging down.
Yeah, because the standard household freezer wasn't supposed to be cold enough.
Right.
That was their whole MO.
Oh gosh, see?
Yeah.
Okay, well I feel like what I miss is like Lisa Frank stuff and like, do you remember that candy that was in like a Band-Aid? Like,
Oh
do
my
you know what
God,
I'm
yes.
talking about? The container? It was
Yeah.
I love, that's what takes me back, so I'd rather have that. I was never a Dippin' Dots girl. It was more my younger brothers were
Candy
really
cigarettes. I'm that old.
I remember that.
Next time, you guys, next time. Okay, switching gears, conspiracy theorists unite. What's your conspiracy theory of choice? Because a new House Oversight Subcommittee has been formed called the Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets. And they'll be conducting investigations into all of these things that you see on your screen. So who killed JFK, MLK, UFOs, the Epstein client list, origins of COVID-19, 9/11 files, and more. So, Brandon, I feel like you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about any conspiracy theory of your choice.
Sure. Yeah, I think that right now it's never been easier to share information and misinformation, and I think the resurgence in conspiracy theorists, all of these different conspiracy theorists are part of a greater conspiracy to get people to distrust institutions by spreading more and more misinformation. So that's all I think. I think this is, everyone's going to pick their flavor of what they want to peel back, but I don't know. Eventually we'll all realize that they were being used for just sowing distrust.
But don't you think this brings us, like, we have something in common? Because most of us have one of these. We might want to know more about, like, the Jeffrey Epstein client list. And aliens. The submerged. I don't know.
I think this is distracting us with some documentation while there's like real dismantling of institutions going on.
I
So
agree
this
with
is
that.
this is just fun and games so that we like stay calm for a week while real stuff is happening in the background.
Yeah.
Whoa. Christine, hit me with it. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is a diversionary distraction tactic. I would rather see funding for the NIH and for the good work that we do in life sciences to continue, and for cancer patients to not have their care and their research cut off.
Well, we've got a nice appointee today. It might change things up a little bit.
Now I can't say anything about the UFOs, though, that I really want to know more about. I'm going to say that I want both. I'm okay shedding a light on some things, releasing files, talking about things. I agree it could be a distraction, but there's part of me that also wants to know about the submerged
Aliens.
Why would we trust that these declassified documents are going to contain anything
that's
of
true.
substance?
I know, it is true, but okay. Well, moving on because it could get heated. Apple and Google changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Google Map users in the U.S. will now see Gulf of America, while people in Mexico will see Gulf of Mexico, and everyone else will continue to see both names. Thoughts on this and the change that kind of came after what President Trump came out with?
Another distraction and weird thing to just like
Distraction.
buy time. Like, look, again, I grew up in Arizona, right? That used to be Mexico not that long ago. Like this, it's not that weird for it to be called the Gulf of Mexico. Like people forget that like the border moved. So like,
It is silly.
Why are we
I
doing
think it's
this?
silly.
I think it's silly. Yeah.
On Google Maps, commenting on this place has been turned off, which I think is interesting. There have been a lot of activity like on that page. It's. I'm not in favor of it, but like it's a play in the playbook, if you will.
Yeah, and I would imagine in 4 years, if there's a change, then it will change back
In leadership,
to you know. And also, I was interested that other countries can name things different things, and as they do other countries and other bodies of water, and so.
Yeah, that is an interesting tidbit. What's also interesting, do you guys have a celeb that you might want to be buried next to, you guys, okay? This is the top 10 list that people have submitted. Most popular celebrities to be buried near. Elvis Presley hits #1, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Johnny Cash, Whitney Houston's on there. We even have some Washington State, Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee. Anyone that comes to mind that you're like, oh my gosh, this would be a dream to be buried next to?
Yeah.
For me, this is an absolute no-brainer. I am the biggest Whitney Houston fan you will ever meet. I will always love her, but I think
I see what you
I did too. I was gonna sing, but I won't.
I am not a soprano, nor am I a great singer.
Me neither.
Are you worried that too many people will come near you?
I mean, I'm totally cool with it. That's the thing I'm worried about.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon, Susie, any thoughts?
Oh, yeah, Bruce Lee all the way, because then that just means that I could afford land in Seattle. So like that's.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
If you have a plot next
If I got a plot next to him, I'm doing all right. Yeah.
I thought Colonel Sanders sounded like a good idea. If you get a little hungry, he's like 30 on the list. I don't know. What about you?
You guys, I was looking at this list. This has never crossed my mind. I had no one come to mind. I'm not even trying to be like so sentimental. I just want to be with my family. So like my parents and stuff put me. I know. And I guess I never thought about it. Like you said, a bunch of people trumping over me, like with Whitney Houston. I don't know if it would bother me, but
Walt Disney's on there as one of the top 100, and I'm thinking. They're probably putting lots of good tchotchkes right next to there, so I could have my family come by and take some, I don't know, Mickey Mouse stuffed animals or something. I'm just thinking of what's in it for me.
There we go. Nice. Okay, well, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. We must have you guys back. That was so fun. Enjoy your Dippin' Dots. And remember, you can catch the Jet City Improv show Big Tech through March 1st. And thanks so much for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content, and you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.